rat bastards.
What week is this? Week 12, goddammit!
Shit.
Jamaicans!
I feel like it was just week 2.
Right? You ain't lying.
We've been making plays every day, that's why.
Every day. Sunday to Sunday. Jamaican horns. You ain't blocking, dude, right? Okay, yeah, like a tight end even.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans, welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am your host, Bogart Scott Free, here with my esteemed colleague under the weather, just a tad bit, the goo. What's happening?
You know what I'm saying?
You want some NyQuil?
You got some.
NyQuil?
I need this night.
You know what I'm saying?
I got some tree. That's a good.
They're doing some crazy experiments over there still.
No, I had to blow up Area 51, bro. I'm homeless.
Yeah.
They exposed Area 51.
You were
Hernandez
missing.
found me out there.
I had to send Hernandez. He's our best tracker.
You sent
know what I'm saying?
spies on me. They know where Area 51 is. I don't know why you spying on me. I've opened up the playbook
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
we're
not all of it.
We're not rivals yet.
No. You know what I'm saying? You keep the best of minds and like-minded individuals around you, because that sounds better than your friends close but your enemies closer, because we're far from that.
Oh, yeah.
But I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta send the spies, Bill Bogart to check status. You know what I'm saying? Gotta send.
He was recording my
Spygate.
He was recording my practice, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, right out
Next
the
level.
gate, follow us at the GMM Network. Follow me at Bogart Scott Free. Follow my esteemed colleague, The Goo, at The Guru 408. We in the 2-minute drill. Let's get it. We're going game by game
Hurry-up
analysis.
offense.
It's the hurry up offense. We're going to hit you off with all the injury reports along the way as we go. You know what I'm saying? What else we doing? We're trying to just get you. We're trying to get you closer to that chip.
It's that time.
We're trying to get you right in there. I know, everyone got their dance shoes hung up in the closet, but is yours already
Not
outshined?
everyone got them. There's a lot of people out there that are walking dead around. In these
Yeah. I'm just saying, everybody owns a pair of dance shoes. Some of them probably not wearing them, but and there is some sitting pretty. They shining them up. They practicing their moves, their dance moves in the mirror. You know what I mean? They're giving their team a pep talk. You know what I mean? But for the rest of us, it's full kill mode. You know what I mean? We got week 12 and then 13, and then we get into the dance. You know what I'm saying? So it's crime time. It's grime time. It's grind time. You know what I'm saying? For some people, trying to steal a win, trying to steal a W, it is crime time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, the witching hour.
The witching hour. There you go. For lack of a better term, my homeboy the Goo brings me around with the witching hour, and yes, it is.
It sure the fuck is. It's that time, man. It's that time. So we're going to break down these games. We're going to look at it. We'll talk some injuries. Players we're interested in, players we're not. You know how we do it here in the two-minute drill. You know what time it is. So I'm going to break you off with the first game. Okay. We're going to go out to Philadelphia. We got the Seahawks over there. They're 1-point dogs out there in Philly. I don't know. Injury-wise, I think Tyler Lockett was the main one in that one. He's good to go.
Yeah, he should be good to go.
Let me just confirm that. Otherwise, I think everyone else is solid.
I got a good one in here.
Talk to me.
So, Ed Dixon, he was the tight end that made me drop my Hollister shares, and for good reason. In a lot of places I had.
D?
Yeah, he got put on Ed Dixon got put on IR.
Right.
And because they were waiting for his return. He was he even came back, and then they were like, oh, he's not ready, and then boom, now he's back on IR. It's kind of circa Chris Herndon. You know what I mean? Just never got to see it, but also because. Jacob Hollister is the thing, and I'm just saying, like, he, with the especially with the absence of a possible absence of Tyler Lockett. Like,
news is he's good to go for Sunday.
All right.
Eagles secondary, they got Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills back.
Okay.
So
I guess
secondary
making horns.
But I mean, as for the game,
it makes them better though.
Oh yeah, definitely, because they were a hot dumpster fire like the first 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
So now they've been somewhat decent the last 3 weeks against the Pats.
Yep,
Bears,
Maddox and Darby. That's right.
Yeah, Jalen Mills and Darby.
And Mills. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, Maddox was there.
He matters too.
Yeah.
So I mean, as for the game, I mean, what do you got? What's your vibe?
Okay, well, Jeffrey's also banged up. He might be a go, right?
Jeffrey, shit.
Yeah, because Jeffrey was I know he was a DMP for the most of the week, and I know he got into a limited on Thursday, if I remember correctly. And
Sean's still questionable at the moment with the ankle.
Also, Nelson Aguilar is banged up.
Yeah, he's got a knee. He's questionable.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of fading.
I
Alshon if I can.
I think those those guys more so hurt Carson Wentz owners, like the shares of Carson Wentz, because this is like a favorable matchup. But it's like if you don't have the receivers, they're going to be able to lock down. I mean, it makes me love some Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert.
That's what I was the guy. Goddard is the guy I'm playing everywhere. I got Kelsey in a few leagues, but like
nice.
Without Alshon and like Ertz getting so much attention. I mean, Goddard's starting to get some attention now, but like he's the guy
but his snap
they're going to lean on.
His snap count is up there along with Ertz, so you know what I mean. He's going to have the opportunity, and that's really what matters. And because you still have, and then you got some injuries on the line. Landon Johnson. I think he might be missing in this game, and that's going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? But as long as they still have Jason Kelsey, the center, and they still have
my second favorite, Kelsey.
Yeah, because he's a little guy too for a center. He's a beast. Like he makes.
He's the older brother, right? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Is he brothers with Kelsey?
Yeah, they're brothers.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
See,
I just thought I might, in the small Kelsey landscape, I thought maybe they were related.
See, even you can learn something.
But even
right here,
right here on the GMM network.
No, they're brothers. He's a little guy though, definitely. Travis got
and he's the older one.
Yeah.
So you know what? He
hates Travis.
Yeah, and he probably like, you lucky I beat your ass all your life because now you tough. You know what I mean? He probably, they try to find some kind of ownership.
He takes all the credit for Travis' success.
Anyway, he got him a chip though. You know what I mean? He's like, look, bro. Huh? He probably wears it at Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? The dad's probably like, Jason, go ahead and cut the turkey. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Travis, back up.
Travis is like, man, he cuts it every year since he won it.
Haven't you seen my touchdown celebrations? What kind of shit is this?
Yeah, and you know what, too? They're like stark contrast because Kelsey from the Eagles, Jason Kelsey, he's like a white boy.
Well, they're both white boys.
I'm just saying,
but Travis got some flavor.
He got he comes through, he's lined up. You know what I mean? He got rhythm when he dances.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel me?
All right, so back to Jason Kelsey. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, they're still going to be able to establish a run. Jordan Howard, he's questionable for the game.
Jay Ajayi is to have a notable role, according to what I'm reading here. So. I think we can sit Jordan Howard another week, right?
Oh yeah, if they're the Eagles,
probably not going to play, right?
I still, man, this is going to sound crazy, but and even though Jay Ajayi knows the system, quote unquote, and he could just walk in, you know what I mean? I still, there's a reason why none of these other teams picked him up, and as electrifying as Jay Ajayi could be, or the idea of a Jay Ajayi and the explosiveness in the passing game and blah blah blah. But like, that bone on bone thing's legit. So I think like, him and I think he's notably bigger size wise than Miles Sanders. But it's just like it pisses me off because I feel like Miles Sanders' snap count doesn't
85% is what.
Yeah, it doesn't mirror the opportunity they're giving him. They're giving him the snap count, but like.
I would kind of fade all those running backs in this matchup.
Unless
you're desperate.
He's one of the chalkiest in DK this week.
Ooh, Miles Sanders?
Yeah.
He kind of was last week too, wasn't
he? Yeah, but like, people aren't jumping off the boat. And the Seahawks defense going into this week they're a top 10 against
I don't like
yards on the ground.
They give up a lot?
No, top 10
I thought they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fading them. I'm not interested. Even in DK, it's too much variance going on over there.
Yeah, and season long, if you have no other option, it's Carson Wentz's upside still there. You know what I mean?
It's kind of not. He's kind of struggling right now.
Well, like his upside, as in the type of player he is. Like if there's a Keenan Allen available and he's playing against the Saints secondary who might be without Marshawn Lattimore. Technically, that might be a good play because you think this could be a high-scoring game if Keenan Allen can keep up. But it's like, how would you feel about Kyle Allen?
I was going to say, what the
this whole
hell
time.
are you
Keenan
talking
Allen
about?
Kyle Allen, excuse me. Woo. You know what I mean?
I was trying to keep up with you there. I was like, well, okay, he's coming.
Firing off.
He's going to come around on this one.
But like, come on, okay, Kyle Allen or Carson Wentz? You know what I mean? Like, if Carson Wentz doesn't have none of these guys. I think Carson Wentz, if Jeffrey plays, that's that much better.
It helps, but he's just been inaccurate lately, and he hasn't just been.
Yeah, that's probably why the tight end's been eating so much, too.
Yeah. And that's what happened when they didn't have Jeffrey last year. Was it last year when Zach Ertz had like 100
Yeah, that was the beginning. Yeah, the
last year.
Beginning part of last year, yeah. And then even there was a 4-game stretch without a 3-game stretch without him the year before. So we've seen sample sizes. You know what I mean? It always benefits a Zach Ertz, but then in this landscape, we've seen it last year where like the tension could just go to a Zach Ertz. We've seen it in times this year, but then good thing they have a Dallas Goedert who they're giving a a lot of these yards too now.
So who do you like in the game?
I mean, yards. These
who you got
snaps.
winning?
I had to take Seattle. I mean, the Niner in me doesn't want Seattle win, but just the quote unquote analyst. I'm taking Seattle. I mean,
I'm with you on that.
You have like the likes of DK and Tyler Lockett and even Josh Gordon and then Jacob Hollister. So it's like when you want to talk about the plethora of weapons versus what Carson has to work with,
and Carson's not playing like Russ.
Yeah, and then Chris Carson, he has a really tough matchup on the ground, but luckily they use him in the pass game too. So hopefully that's something we can see as a Chris Carson owner myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at like a floor of like 50 yards. Or you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean that's
on the ground.
That's a bad game.
Yeah.
So you take that.
And hopefully he gets some goal line looks and something that could, because it's a really bad matchup. You know what I mean? Like I think consensus had him like at a number 11 going into this week.
All right, so we're both on Seattle there, even though we both want them to lose. But our common sense says take Seattle at the +1.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what I'm saying, and the fact that the weapons,
and they have coming off a bye too.
Yeah,
they got an extra week to prepare for them. So
for that defense.
Fair enough. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next game.
Hit me with the next game.
We got the New York Giants at the Bears. The number is 6 points on the game. Is Mitch starting?
I like Chicago right out the gate. Right out the gate, like Chicago, whether it's Mitch or
Chase.
Because,
the Chase Bank.
Because this is just at
Mitch
home.
is not on the injury report from what I see. Let me see here.
Okay.
Which means he's probably going
to play.
Good to go.
Here's
Mitch,
the one
good
thing.
to go.
With Trubisky.
Does that change your opinion?
Okay. With Trubisky at home, and when he plays against these bottom teams, he destroys them.
So, it's okay. So you're
not destroys them. Let me rephrase that. He has a great fantasy outing.
Okay, so you're rocking with the Bears. I mean, I'll fuck with that too. I'm not mad. I
think it's a big game for Saquon Barkley on the other side.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like this is the Tariq Cohen game again.
Okay, cool.
Didn't I tell you that last time?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of a boring matchup to be honest.
David Montgomery, his ankle should be fine. You know what I mean? He's a start.
According to Wikipedia, David Montgomery is an American football running back for the Chicago Bears. He was drafted by the Bears in the 3rd round of the 2019 NFL Draft after playing college football at Iowa State. Montgomery was a consensus first-team All-Big 12 player in 2017.
Let's talk about the most boring player on the Bears right now, David Montgomery.
And the quick little background.
Siri, give me a bio on Sterling Shepard while you're at it.
Oh, man.
No, Siri? No?
Okay. Hey. No, that was actually a Google. That was Google came out the cut. That was scary.
Sterling, well, at least it was informative.
Fact checked me.
Listen, let me tell you about David Montgomery. Google said. Sterling Shepard removed from the injury report. He's good to go. It looks like. Let me see. Evan Ingram is. What's he looking like? He's out. Evan Ingram's out.
Okay, word.
Evan Ingram is out. On the Bears end, who else? Was there any?
Okay, word. You know what? With Sterling Shepard out, I think, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Red Ellison probably comes, but I think he's going to be featured as a blocker because with Shepard back, they'll be able to have Shepard and then Slayton on the other side. You know what I'm saying? And
you plug in Slayton again if you have him? If you're one of the guys who sat on him?
If Fuller, it would be Kyle Fuller on Shepard. You know what I'm saying? And then, on the other side, Slayton would get the single coverage theoretically. You know what I mean? And
the Bears run a cover 2 though, don't they? They don't follow.
Yeah, but then they'll show a cover 2, and then one of the safeties will either bracket
the Tampa 2.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that shit. They were trying to do Tampa 2 a lot last night on the Thursday night game. You see that? And then they weren't fooled by it. They would just go short. Then the moment they drop them down, Fuller would burn them deep, and that would happen the one time they would show the look and then bring a safety.
The holes
down.
in the cover 2 are right there on the edges too, right? Once you get past those corners, the safeties are dropping. You just kind of run 15-yard outs and
then fucking that goddamn motherfucking Will Fuller the 5th. You know what? What pisses me off? You know what? Yeah, you know what?
Is he the 5th or the 4th?
He's the 5th. Will Fuller V. That means there's a lineage of these motherfuckers.
I think he's Ivy.
I don't like.
There's a lot of Will Fullers. So do you respect the 2nd or the 1st?
I don't know. I don't like the whole lineage.
He's the 4th, I thought.
Is he? He's Ivy?
I think he's Ivy.
It's Will Fuller V.
V, you're right. The 5th one.
Yeah, there's a whole lot. 4 of those motherfuckers before me. I don't like it.
How, you know what to have to be the 5th Will Fuller? You never met the first one.
No.
Like, the first one was like, listen, motherfuckers, y'all gonna never stop this shit.
It's your great.
I'm gonna do that shit, bro. I'm gonna make my kid name my son is Joseph. Joseph Guru. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, shit, look at my son is the third.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So, we're about to keep this thing going.
We're about to have the Fantasy Playmaker show set for the year
7
2075. We are going to be in the 2-minute drill.
Long lineage of Jamaicans.
Yes. The Jamaicans will still be here. We will not be.
Yes, they're immortal. Okay, what game are we
on? The Giants. What about, since you think Mitch might kind of have a sneaky good game.
Daniel Jones?
No.
What
kind of
Jones on the other side? Because of if it's supposed to be a game.
The number is 40, so I don't think it's gonna be a lot of points.
Yeah.
Vegas says that. But what Bears receiver other than like Allen Robinson? Like
Taylor Gabriel.
Taylor Gabriel for like a
Taylor
DFS,
Gabriel's gonna get like I forget the guy's first name, but his last name is Baker, and he's one of the lowest.
Not Buda Baker.
Not Buda Baker.
No, we love Buda Baker.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's probably not related to this Baker. No. You know what I'm saying? But this guy is one of the lowest ranked cornerbacks just in general. Via PFF, you know what I mean? So it's like Taylor Gabriel technically has like the best matchup. You know what I mean? If only Trubisky could have eyes for his receivers, like when they're open.
These eyes. No, he does not have eyes.
Yeah,
he lacks. Let's just say he lacks.
Lacks the vision.
All right, cool. I think this game we put a bow on it. Golden Tate, you think he has a nice game?
Yeah, theoretically, I mean, like
without Ingram, right?
He's a third down look. Yeah, if there's no Ingram, because that's how he's been being used. You know, because to be honest, the best part of Daniel Jones' game is in the short game, and but I feel like the short game will be geared towards throwing it to Barkley.
So I come full circle on this game, and now I'm picking the Giants +6.
I like it. We'll make a little side bet for a stack.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then we're gonna move on to Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. Hey, shout out Bill Belichick.
Hey.
Okay. Don't shout out Bill Belichick then.
That was just the general public. I love Bill Belichick. Jamaicans.
The Steelers are 6.5-point favorites. The number's 38. It's gonna be an ugly game. We're looking at Mason Rudolph versus Ryan Finley.
Yep. Oh man, shit! You don't think that spells thriller?
No. You know what? I almost think it's gonna be Cincinnati's gonna cover that number just because.
I think so too because they give it such a large number. What is it? 11?
6.5.
Oh really? Because it was like double digits. I could have swore.
No way.
Okay.
No way. Maybe I mean.
Well, it is divisional.
Maybe Connor out dropped it 5 points.
Yeah, true. To be honest,
it did not 5 points.
Okay. Maybe we'll open up at 9, and I don't know. Anyways, I'm crazy.
As for this game, though, James Conner out, Juju Smith-Schuster out, Deontay Johnson in.
Okay, he passed concussion protocol.
He's in.
That's crazy. He was bleeding from the ear. Okay, but go on. Benny Snell.
Benny the Snell active. Tremaine Edmonds active. Jalen Samuels. I love Jalen Samuels this week on all formats. All platforms.
I came around because remember, I loved them theoretically. It's like just have a piece against, the Bengals, and I was just thinking like, okay, well if Connor's not in, which likely not to play,
he's out.
Yeah, I'm talking about from the other day when I was looking at it, and I was skeptical, but it's like, you know what, I'm rolling out Jalen Samuels because, bro, if you think about it, they get into a lot of third down situations. The Steelers offense. And that's gonna be Jalen Samuels on the field because he could pass protect better than the other running backs because they're all younger.
Yeah, he can. I mean, I kind of feel like it's gonna be no one's gonna be really to take away the run. So like Pittsburgh's gonna be able to kind of enforce their will a little bit in the run game, and I don't think Jalen Samuels is the guy that's gonna carry it like 20 times. So I think you are gonna see double-digit carries from either Trey Edmonds or Snell.
Yeah, or maybe a combination of them making up double-digit touches.
So I could see them being heavily involved in this. But I still love Jalen Samuels.
But you know what?
He's their only playmaker.
You know what makes me love Jalen Samuels more? They're going to be without Pouncey, too. He's an important piece on that line. So, theoretically, if like Geno Atkins and company could, send some kind of pressure, you know what I mean? The quick dump-off's going to be, Jalen Samuels, which also makes me like Vance McDonald in that game.
Vance will make him dance.
Like if a motherfucker has a Travis Kelce or you're fooling with like a Kyle Rudolph or
Hunter Henry.
These guys, you're without these guys. So looking at someone like when the fuck is his name again? Vance McDonald.
Vance will make him dance.
Yeah, MC Donald himself. A 1-2. All
right, so you're taking who in this game?
I take the Steelers. I mean, you know what I mean? But, I feel like it has trap written all over it though. For the record.
Yeah, They'll probably win, but I don't like 6.5. I don't like 6.5. So, all right. As for anybody else that
I don't know. I'll take them to win. I don't know if they'll cover.
Oh, Auden Tate. We look at him. Is he gonna play? Questionable concussion.
Right? Okay, so that was what it was. He was just knocked out.
He got knocked the fuck
Yeah, he got knocked
out.
the fuck out. Like they had to cart him.
All right. As for Deontay Johnson, would you play him or James Washington? Smash plays?
I play James Washington because with the way things have been going, with the way I feel coordinators would view them would be like defensive coordinators would be like, okay, Juju's out. The next de facto number one would be Deontay Johnson, not James Washington. That's how I view it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's like pick your poison because those guys could either be a dud for you, or they could blow up in a smash spot. Because I feel like the Steelers are going to approach that game not trying to keep the game in Mason Rudolph's hands by any means.
No.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin does not believe in him.
No,
They're
so they want to run a lot, get the
gloves.
fuck up out of Dodge or Cincy to be specific.
Yeah.
I mean?
All right, fuck that. We're
Hit me with
split
the
on
next
that.
game, Goo.
Your boy,
Joe Mixon too. Fire him up.
Fire him up.
Yeah, and it's a bad matchup, but still.
Yeah, you're probably playing
fire him
if you
up.
got him.
He's getting volume.
You got Joe Mixon or Bo Scarborough?
Joe Mixon.
Easy, no question.
Yeah, just because I just know Joe Mixon will catch the ball at least.
Okay, I just want to
Yeah,
bring
I mean-
up Big Bo. Actually, we're moving on to Washington,
Yeah,
where Big
let's
Bo
go.
is taking on the
Scar,
Washington
bruh.
Redskins. Detroit's 3.5-point favorites. They're going to be led by the Driscoll kid. 40 is the number on the game. What are you feeling over there?
Okay, I like Detroit because I actually happen to like Driscoll, but
The Driscoll
kid. But for the record, this could be a spot where Dwayne Haskins gets his very first W. Because now hear me out, because I feel like a person like Matt Patricia, like he's masterful at game planning for these motherfuckers that are like intricate. Like he took down the Chiefs this year. He took down the Patriots last year. You know what I mean? He pulls these upsets off. And in a matchup where they should steamroll them, which I think they will, I'm just saying, like, it won't surprise me if there's some kind of trap action going on because, wait, first of all, it's in Detroit, right?
It is in Washington.
It's in Washington. See, there you go. Like, I mean, if it's any factor, I mean, if they, because the Washington Redskins are going to need all the help they get, and the home field advantage is technically some help. And you got two viable running backs. I feel like Adrian Peterson and what's his name? Geis are
nice guys
flex-worthy.
finished last.
Yeah, I feel like they're flex worthy, but I feel like Geis will see the favor start to swing and get it together, me.
I know what
the
you're saying.
snap count will favor Geis this time around.
So Yahoo says that Detroit is the best matchup for a running back. First against the run, like they give up the most yards against running backs.
I mean, okay.
I don't understand. They get those numbers.
Here's the thing: they're in the teens, and they're steady dropping. I remember the highest they got up to this year, I think, was like number 12 against the run. That was like early on, but like they hadn't played any notable running backs until, like for instance, on the ground. But if you want to look at back to week one, as far as production to the running backs, they've been giving it up since week one. Like who did they play? They played the Cardinals. David Johnson went off through the air. You remember that? Week two. Who did they play? Oh, when they played the Packers, Jamal Williams went off in the passing game. Remember that?
Yep.
On a Monday nighter. And then what's his name? Aaron Jones had the stinker. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't get anything going on the ground. And I think he had one early touchdown reception that kind of saved his day. But other than that, he was blanked. And then you had the Chiefs running backs. Remember, none of them can get anything going. But it was the Darrell Williams was the shining part from the backfield. But even he had a game. I think that was his.
He just got 2 touchdowns. That was the touchdown game.
But it was a career. I think it was a career high in touches and.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like when you look at that game, you know what I mean? They're just giving up. They're giving up production, and they're giving up where it hurts the most, and that's touchdowns.
Guys played 29% of the snaps last week.
Pretty good.
29% is good.
Fuck yeah, stepping in it. Because think about it. This is a team that like they probably run like 3 to 1 passing ratio. You know what I mean? Like they're just ballparking that because that's what it looks like. I mean,
he had 7 carries last week and a touchdown.
But his amount of snaps, you know, that just means that if he played how many snaps?
29%.
Okay, 29%. Damn, maybe if I knew the total snaps that Washington Redskins played. See, it's funny because I don't really look at the bad teams like that, but now
I mean that's a third of their snaps.
Yeah, so that's cool
roughly.
because you know what I'm saying? A fourth would suck because there is 3 heads back there. You know what I mean? There is a Wendell Smallwood still. You know what I mean? And like I could even just see like none of him. Like it'll be none of him, and it'll just, you know what I mean? Like, cause
I don't think we're gonna see very much Wendell Smallwood.
No,
maybe 3-4 touches, but
yeah.
All right, so the Poltergeist, you're a fan of him. You're rolling him out.
Mm-hmm. Right. And like McLaurin too, I think he's flex worthy. The Scottish lad.
Oh, we missed a lot here on the play.
I know. I mean, I hope he makes a play so we can talk.
You know what? Can you one time just fire up the bagpipes? For
yeah, I don't know.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're
not here. We got rid of the bagpipes. Let's come to this. The Jamaicans, man.
The Jamaicans, they got rid of the bagpipes real fast. They're like, let's get some steel drums in here. And I was like,
play the steel drums. No?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So you're picking who? 3.5 was the number.
I'm taking Detroit.
Okay. We're both there.
Yeah, I think they cover that too.
I don't think Dwayne Haskins is the guy. I saw a video of him trying to hype up on the sideline during the game. You saw that?
No,
he was just the linemen were just like, shut your ass up, sit down, rookie. And he's like, come on, I can't with block.
Come on, fired up.
Yeah, it didn't work. So, all right, we're off of that. We're on to Atlanta, where your boy, infamous J Dub is taking on Matty Ice. Tampa is a 4-point favorite.
Jameis fucking Winston.
Tampa's 4-point dogs. The number is 52, highest number on the board. I think everyone is in agreement with that. That's the obvious shootout game.
This is another one that has trap written on it for me, and I hate it because I want this game a lot.
Trap as in total running attempts?
No, just trap as in by the original definition.
Okay, the real trap.
Yeah,
the trap star.
Yeah, you know what I mean, but only because it could be several different traps for like people that start in Atlanta's defense. Maybe Jameis Winston comes out and he's safer with the ball, which is not a safe bet by any means.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, but and then like with the new revised play calling for the Atlanta's defense, you know what I mean, they're sending a lot of pass rush, which is like up to like 12% of opposing quarterbacks dropbacks. They're hitting home. You know what I mean? They're sending a ton of pressure already, but like now they're hitting home, which is incredible. Like, you know what I mean? So and then the secondary is so bad for Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? I could see it being a quick boat race, and then we're gonna depend on a lot of garbage time production from Jameis Winston, and we'll take it.
Oh, it'll be there. It'll be there.
Yeah.
I think that game's gonna be closer than. I don't think anyone's really gonna blow anyone out. Atlanta D's been playing out of their mind. I feel like there's a little regression this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. So I think we're both in agreements there. But I still
like Atlanta.
I still feel like Jameis is gonna he's just gonna have like.
This is in ATL, right? Because
in the ATL.
Because this is the final indoor. This is breaking the 11 game indoor streak for the Falcons.
What?
Yeah. Do you remember when the schedules came out? This is like back when did they come out, in the spring? And I called you. I was like, "Hey, check this out." I was like, you might not.
They played at Carolina last week, so that broke it.
Oh, did it?
But before that, it was Saints on the road,
Saints
on the road, Arizona on the road, Houston on the road, Indy on the road, Minnesota on the road, all dome teams.
Mm-hmm. And then when they
play at home, they're in the dome.
Yeah, because then now they're gonna go on their little outside tour. I think. Oh no, where were they? They're in Atlanta or Tampa?
They're in Atlanta the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
So their only road game is the Niners.
And that's outside. Game. Okay, wow, they just indoor.
We're gonna beat their asses then when they have to finally step outside.
Oh, so.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
All right. So hold on, Brian Hill, Quadre, whatever that guy's name. Any Falcon running back. Devontae Freeman's out.
I would flex Brian. I would flex Brian.
You're comfortable flexing Brian Hill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
Because he got the touchdown and he got the 15 carries.
He didn't get a touchdown last
week.
week.
They called it back. He was in there. There was a holding call.
He got the fantasy fake touchdown.
Yeah, but still, though, it's good for the analysis because it's like they still used him in that facet on the goal line. And then
they stopped, though.
But then it's unfortunate because in the very next play, they had a big, gigantic hole, and it was for that what's his name?
Oh, the other guy, Quadri.
And Quadri ran it in. Fucking God. Fuck that guy.
All right, so you're rolling with Atlanta. You said -4. I am actually gonna roll
take Tampa to cover.
I'm gonna roll with the Infamous.
I like that. I like your version better.
I just know. I feel like here's what I'm gonna call this now. So Jameis is gonna come down and have one drive to go win the game. I don't know if it's not gonna be a field goal. They're gonna be down 4, so it might be a push.
Yeah.
But Jameis is gonna have a shot, and guess what he's gonna do on that last drive?
Pick.
He's gonna turn it over.
Woo! Hey, I hope there's enough time left on the clock though, and he throws a big pick six. I hope it's down on his own one too. One of those ones that really fires him up.
I would bet
he really fires him up. He throws a pick six on his own one, and he's like, "Let's
go taste this W now."
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't taste any more W's ever. All right, so the next game, everyone's favorite game, Miami at Cleveland.
Hold on. What's his name? The other Haskins. Was his shit cringeworthy as the W?
No. Okay. No, it was just he was a rookie trying. Jameis was just
not
a rookie.
You know who's funny? Real quick side note was Andy Dalton. Even after years of being a quote unquote savvy vet, he's been, hey guys, we're gonna get right down there and then shut the fuck up. All of the guys, looks on all their faces. It's like we're never gonna win with this guy.
It's crazy that he's on the bench now.
Yeah, it's because of his fucking sideline little fucking non-motivational fucking pregame shit. Shut the fuck up.
You have to be like a dick to be a quarterback. Because then you're just like, man, fuck all you motherfuckers. Like, Tom Brady can light up anybody.
You know who's funny like that, too? Is fucking Eli Manning. For years, remember, it would be like, what's his name? Who was the guy on defense? He's the talk show guy now.
Oh, Strahan?
Strahan, yeah. Like, he would be the guy, like, where like they, if they were ever to show any clips of any team, motivation shit in the huddles, it was him.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because Eli Manning, he would sit back and let
like behind the ears back then.
Exactly,
he knew better.
But still, though, even when he got older, then it was just cheesy. It was like when you see Peyton Manning, that motherfucker's like, he's like, I'm gonna kill you if you fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, you see how big my brain is? You know what I'm saying? You see this big ass head? I'm documenting all your moves.
I love Peyton Manning.
I love Peyton Manning too.
Did you see that he did a clip where he was basically watching the Patriots Falcons Super Bowl, and he was like, and it was a skit. It's a great skit. He's pretty much commenting. He's like, oh, who could, he's hating on New England.
Oh yeah,
the whole time.
Did you see that thing? I put it on the GMM Network story at one point this week, but it was like a preview of Peyton's house or whatever the
Peyton's place.
Peyton's place, and then it was him kicking it with Brady.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, so and they're just talking shit to each other. It's hella funny, dog. He's like, I'm watching him go down the field, and I'm going to go down the field, Tom, and I'm just praying like, Tom doesn't need another one. You know what I mean?
They're so obvious and open about it.
Yeah, and then Brady's just like,
but it's because Peyton's now clearly below Brady.
Yeah, and
it was like there was a time where Peyton was above Brady.
Brady said that though. Brady was like, because you were older than me, so I always looked at you not as my peer, but like as my elder, and I respected you, and you were just always one of the ones like it's gonna be trouble when we're going up against Peyton and company. You know what I mean? Like the respect was there, but then it's funny because he brings up, sorry, so Tom, the tuck rule play, and Tom goes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to pass the ball, I was gonna pass the ball, but then I was bringing it in, I was pulling it in.
Of course.
Yeah, he's like, man, I'll take it.
No one knew that rule up until that moment.
Raiders are like, for them to hear that 10 plus years later,
they're still not over it.
Oh yeah,
I have my cousin to this day still curses Tony Siragusa.
The ref?
No, not.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that guy is.
Tony Siragusa was a defensive tackle on the Ravens when they were in their prime, and he in a playoff game. He fucking fell on. He like squished Rich Gannon, knocked him out the game. He just landed on him hard, and he knocked him out. And
that was when the Ravens went on to win it.
Yes, I don't. Was it 2000? Yeah, it was playoffs. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, because Rich Gannon was
Tony Siragusa, bro, a big fat 350 plus pounder.
That was still the era of the fat guy that they're not even in shape, but they are fucking shit up.
Yeah, no, he didn't even make a good hit. He just felt like landed on him and squished him, pancaked him. He belly flopped him. He basically belly flopped him. So yeah, Raider fans, they don't get it over that. They're not getting over it anytime soon. So yeah, the tuck rule, that'll never, to this day. Fuck Tom Brady.
Yeah, that was a real good Bogart veer. How Bogart will veer this motherfucker off the rails real quick one time. Well, let's get this next game. Good.
Oh yeah, we were right. Miami at Cleveland. Everyone's favorite matchup of the week. You're chasing
Jamaican.
Everyone's following Miami.
Yeah, everyone loves this game right now.
You can play Miami. The Magic Man, good to go in the game. Mm-hmm. As for any other injuries, I don't think there's anyone nicked up or anything. So if everyone's full slate, the number's 10.5 on the game. What's up? What's your vibe on this?
Man, we said this the other day. I think I'm gonna stick to it. I mean, well, actually, it's hard to stick to it because with all the absent players on the defense, even like Morgan Burnett, the safety, got put on injured reserve for the Browns. They're going to be without Myles Garrett. And
David Njoku's coming back.
David Njoku's coming back. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play, but this is a smash spot for him. Like against Miami, a tight end against Miami.
So,
but you also got the
other guy.
You got the
Ricky Seals-Jones or
yeah, but he's been banged up for a minute too.
David Njoku won't be activated, so you're right.
See, yeah, I was gonna say because he's come back from a broken wrist. You know what I mean? I don't think he hasn't been practicing, so that's like a tell. He's just back. This is his time to return off the IR, where you know what I mean. They're gonna have to
a couple weeks still.
Exactly, and then you have I think it's 11 days after you activate him. I forget there's a specific number of days after you activate someone off the after you take someone off the IR that you have to activate them.
Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Like okay, 14 days. So yeah, so
I could be wrong.
Yeah. What else do we got in that game? Landry, he was a little banged up during the week. You know what I'm saying? So was Odell Beckham Jr. He had a groin. I think they're all good to go though. I don't think they're on injury report at all.
Yeah, nothing on Landry for sure. OBJ, nothing on him either. So yeah, they're good to go. I mean, as for the game, you think they cover that number?
You know what?
The Magic Man got a little bit.
The other night, I was gonna stick to it and say the Browns to cover, but I think I'll take Miami to cover. I think the Browns win this. Obviously, it's in Cleveland, but I mean, with all those, especially without their best safety. Being out there for the Browns, you know what I mean? I just, and the Browns being one of those teams that are notoriously bad against the tight end. This could be a Mike Gesicki game, you know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of Parker. It's gonna be, but still, the Parker's gonna have his hands full with is it Denzel Ward? No,
yeah.
Denzel Ward. Even if it's Greedy Williams. I mean, but more than likely, Greedy Williams, he's a speedster corner, so he who's he going to be on? Like Albert Wilson, I mean, you know what I mean, or Jakeem Grant. Mm-hmm. Those are the speedsters for the Dolphins. Either way, it's Parker hasn't seen less than 10 targets in the past like hella weeks, as far as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? So you're firing him up. You know what I mean? Gesicki, I mean, shit, I'm actually playing against him, and he could be a part of the Of Course series it's like, of course, I'm playing against this guy, and he has his career game against me in a smash spot like he should. You know what I'm saying? The running backs, Kalen Ballage, you know what I mean? He's a volume hog. That's it. I don't really see any talent there besides just, he's a flex, quote unquote, a low-end flex. But, they 6 targets, 6 receptions for the other guy, Laird. You know what I mean? What's his name?
Patrick Laird. Like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean that's noticeable. I mean that could be helpful, but maybe just a DFS play, someone really cheap that you could flex to get all your big dogs that you want to fit in your lineups in daily fantasy. But in your season long, I mean, you got to be really desperate, or like a 16-team league, or maybe 14-team league, even just to consider him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on the other side of the ball, you got Nick Chubb in a smash spot, quote unquote. I say that because it's like. You have the existence of Kareem Hunt too, you know what I mean? So it's like these guys can just.
Cleveland should be able to have their way. I'm taking Cleveland too. I think this is the spot. I mean, we've been waiting pretty much. Cleveland's schedule has been like we know the first half of their schedule brutal.
This is the one that's
now it's like this is their time to really. I think they know that it's like it's time to push the pedal to the metal, and open up. Baker, I expect a big game from Baker in this game. I expect a big game from Chubb.
He has the highest ownership right now. Baker.
Does he? In
DFS? DraftKings, yeah.
Ooh, of course.
He's the chalk of all chalk.
It's the Miami play, so I gotta fade that. Is what you're saying?
Not necessarily. I mean, not in your season long. I'm just saying, if you want to, differentiate yourself, because if the off chance in this soft matchup that Baker Mayfield doesn't do well, and if 20% of the landscape in DraftKings tournaments owns Baker Mayfield, if he does bad, 20% of the landscape is doing bad, and you're doing great. You know what I mean? As long as your team's doing well,
right?
You know what I mean? Your lineup that you choose to roll out. Also, Jarvis Landry revenge narrative. We love that.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Forgot about that.
And then another fun fact, before we move on to the next game, something that I mentioned on the show the other day is that Baker Mayfield's been one of the highest pressured quarterbacks per dropback. And, we've seen him not be able to get things going. And then, in the off chance, the last Thursday, that we seen the Steelers not be able to get some effective pass rush, he was able to pick that team apart. And now you couple that with the fact that the Dolphins are one of the lowest pressuring defenses on opposing quarterbacks. This just adds up to like a big Baker game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's the chalk.
It's true.
It's kind of easy to move or see. So, all right, that's I mean, everyone there on the Cleveland.
And you know what?
Good about
They're making noise for the Browns because
the
scariest thing is the narrative. Like, even just being on the Browns, period. Like, yeah, I like the Browns in this one. Because if and when they don't do well, you know what I mean?
Hindsight will be.
Yeah, you'll be like, man, the fuck was I thinking on the Browns? They couldn't even do it to the Dolphins. I don't really see that this time, but I'm just saying, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Nope. Let's see. The Oakland Raiders are moving out east.
Out east, yeah.
They're 3-point favorites going to the Jets.
That line didn't move at all, too. It stayed right where it's at.
Right at 3?
Yeah.
That's like a pick'em. That's like an East Coast pick'em right there. Because if it was in Oakland, it would be Oakland.
You know what that makes me think, though? Because, like, it makes me think that Vegas likes the Jets because, like, if this was in Oakland, it would be by, like, 6 or by 7.
Right.
You know what I mean? 6.5 maybe.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like, you got the West Coast team going to the East Coast, playing in the early game, you know, according to specific standard time. Specific
standard time?
Specific standard
time.
That's
a new one.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We make our own time.
What state do you have to be in specific standard time?
The state of madness.
Any state. There you go.
Yeah. Well, as I'm steadily hailing from the state of madness, you know what I mean? I like, you know, just start with the quarterbacks. I think they're both great streaming options. And they're also great DraftKings plays. Maybe I don't know about
the Jets are.
No, the both quarterbacks.
Both quarterbacks. Yeah. You know what's funny? I was looking at Carr as my guy. The first one.
You know how
the Jets are kind of pesky.
But you know how I feel about Darnold Schwarzenegger. Like, if I was to pick between the two, I would go with him because, you know what I'm saying, the secondary is worse for that team compared to the Raiders. So it's like, you know, there could be a playing from behind aspect for Darnold and company.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
But with Carr, it's like, I just feel like for his passing weapons, this is where, like, the people that own them, they're going to love this outing.
Josh Jacobs was on the injury report, removed from the injury report.
That's a weekly thing, though. Since week 1.
That he's been on there?
Yeah, since going into week 2. Because week 1, that's when he first hurt the groin. Week 2, he's nursing the groin, and he has the sickness, the illness, and he loses like 10 pounds throwing up. And then he gets on the field and does shit. Then week 3, he's playing banged up still with that groin, and it was against the Vikings, if I remember correctly. And then week 4...
You are correct.
Yeah, and then as the year progressed, you know, then we're in Europe, and this is finally his big. They're in London, big breakout game against the Bears. He gets the shoulder, and he's absent most of that game. But then that's when he discovered the wonderful world of cortisone shots. 'Cause that's what they started doing to him. Hit him with the shot, he went back in the game. So now that's just how they've been doing. Just nurse him all week, let him, you know, give him light work, and even that, just keep him bearing the questionable tag because rightfully so. He's been nursing this shoulder, and he's just getting slowly back to health. But it's just kind of hard when you're getting that type of workload. Still a smash.
He's got a great schedule too. The rest of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say still a smash play the rest of the way. This is gonna be a hump though. This is like a speed bump before you're cruising with these soft matchups against the run because. And they still got the Steelers on the docket too.
No, they got the Jets, Kansas City, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Chargers.
Oh, the no Steelers.
Maybe that's week 17. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. So that doesn't count.
I'm just looking at
that doesn't count. Okay, so then yes. Oh, they have nothing but phenomenal matchups.
Right.
For Josh Jacobs. This is probably the worst one for the rest of the season for him in the fantasy. You know when it counts. Because I mean, think about it. The Jets they maybe. They haven't really played too many notable opposing running backs, but because they limited to Sony Michel at one point. That's probably the best running back aside from Saquon Barkley. I mean, the best running back after Saquon Barkley. Because when you put the list of running backs in order by skill wise, who they've played, Barkley's up at the top, and they shut him down. You know what I mean? In a game that was a shootout where it's like, you know what I mean, like they.
Raiders are a little bit more of a balanced offense than the Giants. They don't have a rookie quarterback, so that would
true.
Obviously Jacobs is the focal point, so I could see him getting slowed down. But let's see. So you didn't pick one though. You didn't pick a winner.
Oh, okay. Well, because we were still going through it. It's kind of helps me pick the winner.
Oh, okay. What about the Jets? Is there any injuries?
I think the Jets will cover it.
You like the Jets?
Yeah, I think the Jets cover it, and this is a winnable game for them, like an upset game, just because of the whole West Coast team coming in. Like skill-wise, the Raiders should beat them up, and I feel like if this game was at home, they would have still liked the Jets, and they would have made it a number that the Jets can cover.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
I like your theory on that. All that being said,
but
I'm going Oakland.
But no, I knew you were gonna go Oakland, but hear this too. Here's one thing too, like Oakland, great streaming defense. The Jets, not so much, because Carr is not throwing any picks. He's not taking any sacks.
Right, he's playing pretty good.
He's playing fucking phenomenal for real. Like, and he's had a solid floor of like 18 fantasy points.
If you remove the idea of a West Coast team going east, you would take the Raiders.
Yeah,
right. So that's my only theory is just remove that. Yeah. Even though it is a real thing, I haven't really seen that as much like in the last year or two of like where I've seen West Coast teams go out there and dominate. Didn't the Niners go out there and who the fuck did we beat? Cincinnati this year? Like,
I remember when we went all the way out to New England. Oh, but that was a night game.
New England?
Yeah, remember years ago with Kaepernick?
That's right.
We went over there and beat their ass.
We did, but that was a night, like you said, a night game. So
yeah, it's true. So it doesn't really count because the early game, which would be 1 o'clock to them, it would be 10 o'clock our time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's something that's been prevalent over the years. Like you said, you might not have seen as much as it, but I factor it in, and I think Vegas does too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Vegas.
That's why that line is there.
Fuck Vegas. Sons of bitches.
I've started to look at things in a different light where it's like if they're +3 at home, when you get that automatic +3, but if you're a good team, like you said, it's like a pick 'em.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, Vegas likes them in this.
Yeah. All right. I see that. All right.
But also one more thing, because there's one more thing. They've really the Jets have been good against opposing tight ends. You know what I mean? That boy Jamal Adams, he's a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
So you're telling me Foster Moreau's going to score another touchdown?
I mean, maybe.
Fuck.
Shit, bro, because they run a good amount of 12
Here you go manifesting that shit again.
I'm not manifesting. I'm just speaking of facts.
Every week you bring up Foster Moreau, and he comes back the next week.
Hey, playmakers, you can tell he's a proud Darren Waller, the featured baller owner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He has them in everywhere he can. You know what I mean? It's one of the victory laps you could still take every week, even if he's if he's been slowed down, for all you Darren Waller, the big baller, the featured baller, excuse me.
They're calling him that now.
Really?
Who is it? Will Kane calls him the baller, and I'm like,
well, you know what?
You know Will Kane is?
No, because he's not important to me.
On the fan.
I know the goo.
there you go. Shout out Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaicans. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Michael Kane. What's his name? Michael Kane?
Will Kane.
Yeah.
He calls him the big baller. No, not the big baller, just the baller. And I'm like,
I call him the baller because you've named him
the featured baller.
Yeah, and I refer to him as the baller, the shortcut, and nickname him. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
I had to add featured because everyone was going to call him Waller the baller.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he calls him, Waller the baller. That's what he calls him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Will.
Okay, well, before we get off on that, it's definitely the presence of a Hunter Monroe because he's taking him short of 8 passes.
Foster Moreau?
No, I mean, what's his name?
Hunter Renfrow. He said Hunter Renfrow.
I mixed the names up. They might as well be one guy because they're fucking up the baller.
Hey, facts. Big
you know
facts.
What I'm saying? And on the other side, love me some Ryan Griffin's my favorite streaming tight end of the week. Because I am a Travis Kelce owner in a couple spots, so this is the guy I'm turning to. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping it doesn't backfire on me.
Yeah, he could be all right. I'm not mad at Ryan.
Because Oakland is kind of, they're actually.
I saw enough to believe in him last week that,
But this has been consecutive weeks.
And it was supposed to be Chris Herndon in that.
Yeah,
game.
and
we thought Chris Herndon was going to be a real thing.
And you know what? When Chris Herndon was set to come back for all those weeks, like after the suspension, all those weeks just steady. Like Ryan Griffin's like, I'm going to keep this job. He's like, fuck that. You know what I mean? He probably took him out on a bad hike. Hey, let's go on a hike, man. You need to get conditioning. He takes him on like the level 3 endurance mountain climb or some shit and fucked up his hamstring. You know what I mean? Because Ryan Griffin's balling right now in the tight end landscape.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good matchup for him. Oakland's not bad.
Jamaican Horns for my man, Ryan Griffin.
Yeah.
The grifter.
He's got a nice schedule coming up, too, the next 3 games. Oakland, Cincinnati, Miami, too. So, yeah, get some Ryan Griffin, grab him.
If you're an Evan Ingram owner, too, and he's out there, go grab him up. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and switch over to the other New York
Mike
tight end.
Gesicki or Griffin?
Griffin.
Easy, right?
Yeah, well, because I haven't seen it with Mike Gesicki yet. But this is the matchup. And with the game script where they should be playing from behind, and Vegas has them playing from behind by a lot.
So I'm picking up Ryan Griffin in the TFL right now for Gesicki. I'm dropping Gesicki. I'm just playing for pride over there at this point.
No, but that's good, though, because you want to beat up your opponent still, and you still have a chance. You're not mathematically eliminated by any means. I mean, God forbid I lose this week.
I'm mentally eliminated in that league. I've been beaten. I've been also spoiled by all my other leagues, so just being 4-7 it hurts. I'm not under 500 in any other league.
You know what?
It fucking
sucks. You know what? Softens the blow then. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
Because I'm struggling all across the board, and I'm in it. I'm in the grit thick of it, and I'm dealing with it all.
I'm proud to say that in
Jamaican.
7 leagues, I'm 7-4 or better. Or better. 7-4 or better.
Just sound like a show off, but we're gonna Jamaican horns it.
You know what? I need to gain some credibility somehow.
Yeah.
I have to just flex the resume because.
Yeah, no, I love that. Flex hard.
But this is a no flex zone. You know what I mean? Like we do that on Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. That's the Wednesday.
That's the Wednesday show. So fair enough. All right, so you are okay. We're gonna move on to the next game where the Denver Broncos go to Buffalo, take on Bills Mafia.
Ooh.
Bills are 3.5-point favorites.
Ooh.
The number's 30-7.
Guess who I like in this one?
You like Denver.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I thought the Jamaican horns and my love for the
You
Stallions.
love all the Allens, the Brandons, the Kyles, the Keenans.
I don't love that Allen. I don't love by any means. I just love that defense and how feisty they are. And like, you know what's crazy is like great defensive coordinator, great defensive mind, all that shit with Vic Fangio. Head coach, I don't know. You know, he's clock management. It's been stupid. They called timeouts when they shouldn't. Like, it's just stupid. You know what I mean? But I think, but then also equally as stupid is the other guy. I love my boy, the Stallion. I love him, but he's a bumbling idiot for real. No, I'm serious. Like he's fucking fun.
Oh, it's the battle of the Allens.
Fuck yeah,
Josh versus Brandon.
But I think the Bills take this outright. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we're both in agreement there.
Yeah, but
that's
I'll take Denver to cover this if you know what I mean. If we're gonna talk
3.5,
spread.
huh?
Yeah, they got one of the best kickers too.
Shout out Brandon McManus, the first kicker to get referenced on the 2-minute drill.
Yeah,
I've never brought up a kicker before.
Well, because in a game that should be low scoring theoretically, you know what I mean. You got Hauschka who got a 50-yard boot, and you got what's his name who got a steady 55-yard boot, McManus. You know what I mean. So it's like
it is Buffalo, and the weather might be kind of shitty over there though.
Yeah.
Doesn't worry you.
Well, you know what? It plays a factor, but more so in it being a low-scoring game for me.
Okay, I'm actually on the side of Buffalo. I think
You think they cover that number?
Yeah.
You know what?
Not
You
a
know
big
what?
number.
It only takes a touchdown.
I mean, 4 points. It takes a missed extra point. That's really all it takes. So, like, I mean, it's not a big number. I think the weather might be kind of shitty, but the number being so low,
sure it'd be shitty weather. Pretty sure.
Yeah, out Buffalo and late.
But I do like the fuck out of just all the running backs in this game.
Philip Lindsay, Royce the 5'9".
Well, maybe not so much Royce the 5'9" because it's snap count and then it matches what coach speak was that they wanted to give more work to Lindsay. Even though Lindsay didn't really do much with that work last week per se.
Lindsay dealing with a wrist and a foot injury removed from the injury report though. Which, we were talking about this earlier. When they start removing these guys from the injury report, they're still hurt. They're not like, you know what I mean? Like, why are we removing them? Because then it's giving people false hope. I get false hope when I see you've been removed from the injury report.
You know what's crazy is like...
Shout out James Conner last week.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out James Conner. But, all right, so Lindsay's good to go.
Friend of the show,
James
Jamaican
Conner.
horns.
Who's the other running backs on the other side? Devin Singletary, you like that matchup?
Yeah, I actually maybe I'll stay away from Frank Gore. But but you know what though? Frank Gore, he used to play against for years on the other side in practice against a Vic Fangio defense. He might be able to know the seams and fucking, at least give some insight. In the locker room or what to watch out for and what they like to do and the certain looks they show and blah blah blah.
Cole Beasley, John Brown. How do you feel about those guys?
I mean, John Brown, you can't not roll him out. It sucks. He's gonna have a bad matchup, but he's one of those guys that it only takes one, and he gets several chances at that one.
Yeah, he gets a ton of targets.
He gets a ton of targets.
He's one of the better wide receiver.
He's like DJ Moore right now, but catching touchdowns.
Yeah. There you go. But
right?
and just better. I think he's better.
I think DJ Moore's a better player, but just the way they're
maybe John Brown. The
running threat for John Brown. I mean, the running threat for Josh Allen. It really opens it up for this gonna sound as cliche as fuck, but it really opens up down the field.
Oh yeah,
because they're gonna have to, you're gonna see, and you know what? They already would single cover John Brown because Chris Harris can handle that, and Chris Harris still got a little bit of speed to keep up, and he's good at jamming fools on the line that are speedsters, or even playing off coverage and be able to pick up this whatever slack. You know what I mean? Like, but still, yeah. Cole Beasley theoretically, he's in play.
I kind of like him as a DFS play this week.
Oh, I love him because the secondary options in the receiving game against the Broncos secondary There's a lot of second words that involve second right there. The number 2 receivers,
I second that notion.
Yes, I like that. See? Jamaicans. Right? Josh Allen, you know, his second passing option is Cole Beasley, and also a sleeper dog. I rolled him out in a ton of DFS last week. He was at like 1% ownership. Is Dawson Knox. You know what I mean?
Big D?
Yeah, because this is also
Fort Knox?
This is another defense again that's susceptible to the tight end because they play a lot of man on the outside, and then you know what I mean, and they commit a guy to the box when need be, and they're going to do that against Josh Allen. You know what I mean? And they're going to commit a safety to the box.
Yeah, Dawson will have to get a touchdown and catch it, make his value.
Yeah, but then he's going to be extremely low priced. Hey, how about this though? If the motherfucking Ryan Griffins of the world and the Cameron Brates and who we forgot to mention when we talked about the Tampa Bay game.
Oh yeah.
You know when those guys aren't available and you're looking for a streaming tight end, and maybe even the likes if you're a George Kittle guy and someone fucking was a dickhead and snaked your Ross Dwelly and you're afraid to wait on a George Kittle, you know what I'm saying? Or fall over into grabbing a Hayden Hurst or someone because you might want to try to wait to
There's
see.
There's a lot of options at tight end this year, streaming options.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in this matchup, I like Dawson Knox as like my third favorite streamer behind a Ryan Griffin and behind who's the guy you just
Cameron
dropped? Cameron Brate. Who's the guy you just dropped for Griffin? Gesicki.
Oh, Gesicki.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So you're on Denver in that game. Cortland Sutton. Any other?
Gotta play him.
Anybody else on Denver? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Another target hog. Noah Fant. I mean, 10 targets. You know what I mean? Double-digit targets. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot because his targets and snap counts only been going up. Maybe you want to check if Jeff Hireman is coming back. You know what I'm saying?
We're not going to talk about Jeff Hireman.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that could, if you're a Dawson Knox guy, a Noah Fant guy, and you're rolling him out this week, and he does this, he puts up a stinker.
Jeff Hireman's questionable.
Yeah, see, and you're wondering why. It might be because Jeff Hireman was sharing snaps with him. You know what I mean? So, because that could be as soon as they chucked Emmanuel Sanders, they traded him away. That directly correlated with Hireman being injured and then the snap count just shooting through the roof and targets for one Noah Fant. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm with you. All right, so we're going to move on to Tennessee now, where Big Dick Nick is a 3.5 point dog playing Tennessee.
He's not Big Dick Nick. Big Dick Nick is Nick Mullins.
Is it? I thought
Yeah.
it was Nick Foles.
No.
Are you sure?
Big Dick Nick is, because
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl because
listen, he's not. No, they weren't.
Nick Mullins was last year. Nick Foles was 2 years ago.
Nick Mullins.
Where do you think they got that name?
Okay, well, okay.
I'm going to Google it right now. Oh, no, I don't want to Google that. I don't want to Google that.
Nick Mullins.
I'm scared of what might pop up.
All right, how about this? When I'm a season ticket holder for the Niners. And we lost Jimmy G early last year, and we still went to the games and had fun.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Alan, friend of the show, playmaker. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. So me and A1, we go to these games, and we would just.
Alan still hasn't responded to a trade offer from me.
Did you let it go the full 10 days too?
No, I canceled after 2 days because I'm so upset. Man, fuck this.
All right, well check this out. One of my greatest memories was when they finally moved on to Nick Mullins, and I remember asking Alan, yo, what do you know about Nick Mullins? And he's like, I don't know shit. What do you know? I'm like, I know they call him Big Dick Nick in the locker room. And he's like, for real? And I go, yeah. And it's not that he's particularly hung or well endowed by any means. It's because he's such a nice guy, so sarcastically they called him Big Dick Nick. You're such a dick, Nick. You know what I mean?
Ask Siri who is Big Dick Nick.
Okay, but see, and I remember we were smacking the Giants on a Monday nighter.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Right? It was it was a George Kittle game. You know what I'm saying? He's blowing up, and I remember the crowd. The crowd that was there, just everyone yelling, "Big Dick, Big Dick, Big Dick!" And it was one of my greatest memories as a Niner because it was just like
the one time in your life you were happy to chant "Big Dick."
Yeah. Pause. Big Dick. Pause. Big Dick. Pause.
I think it's Nick Foles though.
I don't know. We could put 1,000 on it. I'll bet a bandito on it.
Ask Siri right now. Let's see what she
says. She ain't gonna know.
She will know. Tell her. Watch.
It's gonna say this is what I found on the internet. It's gonna send me down a rabbit hole.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to Siri offline.
Yeah. She only gives us David Montgomery.
Just make sure safe search
David Montgomery information.
That was good information for what it's worth. As for the game, though.
Okay, yeah, Nick Foles.
3.5-point favorites. They're at Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill's still at the helm.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
The number's 41.5.
Yeah. I take the under.
You're taking the under. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like Tennessee in this spot.
I'm not mad at you. It's in Tennessee. It's in Music City.
And well, here's why. Because my chalk mindset tells me, Foles is back. Fournette, Shark, Jaguars. Like,
Chalk's hurt. Popped up with a hamstring in the middle of the week. That's gonna be a big thing. They're gonna have the Tennessee Titans are still gonna be.
He's not on the injury report. Got no notes on him.
You know what's crazy? Because a hamstring on a Wednesday is like that's a bitch.
Yep. And the club on a Tuesday, that goes up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So all right. So yeah, what I was saying was Tennessee, I think, is like big game hunters right now. Like they play up to competition and. Divisional game. I mean,
coming off a bye week too.
Coming off a bye. Yep. Jacksonville kind of struggled last week. They didn't play very well.
Yeah, Nick Foles threw the ball like 40 plus times, 48 times I think.
And when they scored 13 points.
Yeah, it was whack. And then in a game where Nick Foles threw 40 plus times, 45 plus times I think if I remember correctly, at least minimum 45. And then, Leonard Fournette only got 12 touches or something like that, or 15 touches when normally he gets like 25, 26 touches on average. So I see them going back to that. It's going to be a low-scoring game. With Leonard Fournette's injury history, I suggest playmakers just, for fun, if you have a spot free that you could cut a guy and pick up another guy to speculate, pick up Raekwon Armstead because Leonard Fournette's a ticking time bomb. He's going to die sooner or later on this field.
He's holding on.
Yeah, I know, because the line is doing what all their number one picks and from their free agency acquisition with Norwell, they're all healthy. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Cam Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Their sophomore tackle. He's been playing pretty good. All these motherfuckers are showing up. That's why Leonard Fournette's been able to get it off. I think their red zone packages suck as far as rushing it in because, Leonard Fournette's touchdowns ain't there. You're still rolling them out. You know what I mean? I think that was an outlier. It was last week with his touches because it was a game reacclimating Nick Foles back. The supposed big dick Nick Foles. You know what I mean? It was his first game back.
Quote unquote.
I mean? Hey, how about this? Because you were not quite a Dede guy, but you were on the side of Dede. When Foles was coming back, I like Conley. I think Conley's a great DFS play, especially with Dede still kind of banged up.
Yeah, he was sick this week. It shows. Good to go there.
Yeah, sick of him not playing well.
I'm actually not a Dede guy, but I was on him last week.
Like I said,
I was on him last week.
Yeah, with Nick Foles coming back. That's what I said.
6 targets. Let's see. What did Conley do though? Conley, Chris. So I mean, he shows up though. He's probably a better player. How many targets did he get? He got 8.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to throw it a ton, but I don't know if they're going to throw it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I think the only play that I would feel comfortable playing would be DJ Chark.
Right.
You know what I mean? On that side, Nick Foles, you can stream him, I guess. The second, but it's just going to be such a low-scoring game.
Love Derrick Henry in this.
They're like the 26th ranked run defense, Jacksonville Jaguars. Derrick Henry's definitely going to eat like fuck.
His price is like second or third highest on FanDuel this week, which tells me like he's a smash play, especially against Jacksonville. You know they're trouble stopping the run. So I love some Derrick Henry this week. I'm plugging him in as in my FanDuels where you you get the big bell cow running backs. I think I went him, Kamara, and
is it full point over there or is it half point?
I think it's a half.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So then those because then he's a bell cow by definition of the amount of snaps he plays, but. I wouldn't put. I mean, a workhorse. Right. I wouldn't put him in the bell cow conversation because he doesn't catch the ball enough. Like a Fournette. He's officially a bell cow. This year,
he always has been, but he's officially.
No, but he never got the targets.
He never got the receiving.
Yeah, so he was always a workhorse off top. And plus, you still have someone like Deion Lewis who's playing these snaps for nothing. Just fucking go away. I'm not a Derrick Henry owner by any means, but that also helped me be off Derrick Henry. But actually, it's a battle of the two value running backs in this game. Besides like a Chris Carson, Derrick Henry and Leonard Fournette were the great values in running backs this year. Because Tevin Coleman looked like it for a minute, but then he got hurt and then he came back and I was like, can he have a renaissance? And it's like, just haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Because that's the range where he was going. The Sony Michels of the world.
I took Tevin Coleman and Sony Michel over Derrick Henry in a few spots, and I'm like,
yeah, and I took the whole world over everyone. over Leonard Fournette and
Right.
Derrick Henry, and it's probably too because
Fournette
of
was going a little higher than the other guys. Or than Henry.
Yeah, Fournette was going like back of the third, early fourth.
Right.
Henry was same thing though. There were some people that were Henry truthers that were getting him in the back of the third. You know what I mean? But they definitely went higher than Chris Carson in ADP though.
Yeah, they were right there.
Yeah. They're all the value guys, and I'm not fucking with any of the. You got Delaney Walker possibly returning. He's gonna fuck up for anyone who's like been fooling with Jonnu Smith.
He's doubtful, I think, from what I saw.
Okay, good. Because I'm on the side of the fence that he only comes back to fuck it up for Jonnu Smith. Other than that, he's not going to be a factor ever.
Delaney Walker doubtful. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he's out. And then you got Corey Davis, questionable for the game, correct?
He is off the injury report.
Okay.
So
he's still not playing.
He's going
to have AJ Boyer.
He's still Corey Davis.
Yeah, and then, maybe this is the A.J. Brown game. I just don't think there's going to be enough volume in the passing game in general on the Tennessee side.
Yeah, I think Derrick Henry
to start any of those guys.
All right, so we who do you like in the game now?
I'll take Tennessee.
Tennessee? All right, we're in agreements there.
Yeah.
Agreements.
I love that they got this bye week to get Tannehill fully because it's dope. You said this weeks back when Tannehill first came in the picture. You were like, bro, this team gets up for this guy. You know what I mean? Imagine how pissed you were playing for Mariota, who's just like everyone on the team's playing their part, and this guy is just like.
If the team doesn't believe in a quarterback, it's a problem.
No.
It's a problem, and that's why they switch. So
yeah.
Let's see. Next game on the list, Dallas going to New England, where Tom Brady is questionable for this game. There's not even a line.
Bro.
Bovada has no line.
Oh, my God.
Tom Brady's got an
Jamaican
elbow problem.
horns.
Who is their backup?
Oh, my God.
Name that guy.
It's not Hoyer anymore because Hoyer's with the Colts. Damn, I couldn't call it, bro.
I don't think I could either. Let me look this up in a second. But anyways, as for the matchup, let's say Brady plays.
It's Edelman.
Edelman's
He's a backup quarterback in this motherfucker. Jamaicans.
Jewish Edelman. QB is Jimmy Garoppolo came up. That's fucking.
But that's funny. That's how non-updated these things be. Like if you
Ryan Mallett, is that right? No, I just need to look up a depth chart.
Ryan Griffin, remember him?
Oh yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Jared Stidham.
Damn, he has hell of a quarterback name though.
He ain't playing. Tom Brady will just hand the ball off every play before they let.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. I'll play. Bill, I'll just hand it off.
Damn it, Bill.
Let Julian throw it. I'll just hand it off and call the plays and yell at people.
And Julian, he strikes me as one of those kiss ass teacher's pet, where he's just like in the back raising his hand. Yes, Julian. Yes, Jules. Yeah, I'll throw it.
I used to play quarterback.
Yes, Jules. We said that.
We know, Jules. You're the emergency quarterback.
Everybody, just do your job.
Love that. Okay, so let's say Brady's healthy. What's your vibe on this game? Or not,
man,
he plays.
You know what? If Brady doesn't play, I love the Cowboys.
I kind of like the Cowboys even if he does play.
Just to cover in general, right?
Because I think the number was 5 when I heard 5 or 6.
It's still the best secondary, best fucking defensive front, best secondary, but also the best defense all around because they give it up on the run. They're not the best against the run at all.
New England?
No. They're not even in the top 10. I
mean, yeah, I was kind of off Dallas going in, but I feel like they got to show up. They have to show up. It's a big game. I don't think they can, like New England, their MO is lock down one thing, take away one thing. Who are you going to take away on the Cowboys? Like, you going to take away Zeke? You're going to take away the passing game?
They would take away Zeke and then play man coverage on the outside and make Dak try to beat them.
I'm almost thinking the trend now is kind of let Zeke.
But also Cooper. Okay, let's go.
Because Dallas is explosive when they're in passing mode like that.
First of all, the highest. I know this because I'm a Dak owner in one spot, and I wasn't a Dak truther. And then when I got him, he's now Bogard Prescott free. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm bearing the name. You know what I'm saying?
Dak Prescott free?
But now hear me out. Right now, Prescott, he averages the most yards per game through the air.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And he has the most deep ball accuracy. And I think I want to say since they came off the bye week, he leads the league. Because I'm not sure if this is all season, but since from the bye week for sure, he leads the league in deep ball attempts.
He's a man playing like he's playing for a contract.
Yeah, you would say, right?
You would think, right? It's like he's almost in a contract here. It's crazy, right?
you would think like in this landscape where quarterbacks are like very, very rare. Like it's like quarterbacks are rare, then good linemen are rare in drafts.
Oh yeah.
Because you could find and develop linemen down their career, and pretty much what the Patriots do. They just get guys in free agency and they trade for guys, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then every so often they'll get one in the draft. But more so, quarterbacks are rare. So what did you think? He would get paid, right?
I would think he's going to. You know what's funny is when
he's going to get franchise tagged in a bitch.
Oh, he might. But they came out early in the year and he was talking about he wanted $40 million a year. Do you remember that?
Hey, you know he's playing
he's
like
worth it now. Yeah, and we all laughed because $30 million is like the going rate.
We laughed
now.
because he played against 3 trash teams and then he was demanding it.
No, they said all that before, I think.
No, because there was a contract on the table, but I think it was something like 25. Then I heard he got up to like $30 million a year, and he's like, "Nah, I ain't having that." Because then Russell Wilson came out trying to do his best Barry White, talking about, "Yeah, Seahawks, we did it. Got it done." You remember that?
Russell Wilson?
Go Hawks. When Russell Wilson got paid in the offseason.
He came out and said something?
Yeah, they released a video. It's worth Googling if you want to Google that. Russell Wilson and Ciara in bed talking about Yeah, they're in bed. They released this video. He's wearing his chains and he's in bed with her. And you could tell like they probably did like 4 or 5 takes of it because Ciara's just horrible at making anything seem fucking natural. She's like, "Yeah, go Hawks." He's like, yeah, Seattle. We got it done. You know,
I don't mean to go back, but I just Googled who is Big Dick Nick
in the NFL.
Nick Foles everywhere.
What about Nick Mullins?
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, I know I'm right about this.
That's where they got the name, though. That's where they got the name and it was the year before.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but probably the same premise. Nick Foles probably such a hell of a guy. They're like, "You're a fucking dick." You know what I mean? Or maybe Nick is really just a swinging.
No, because he came in swinging for Carson Wentz. That's what happened.
Hey, Carson, is that what fucked up Carson Wentz? It emasculated him?
Yes. Big Nick was more endowed than Carson Wentz. It's just the facts. Big Dick took him all the way to the Super Bowl.
Stunning analysis.
Right here
in the GMM network.
He came in swinging all the way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
I just had to get that out of my system. Yeah. I was dying.
Okay, so the Cowboys, you know what I'm saying?
I'm smashing the Cowboys now.
Cooper's kind of wounded.
He's off the report, but he is wounded.
Yeah, but he's going to play. He's been playing wounded. He's going to play. I think he's just going to serve as the guy who takes away Gilmore. And, you know, they are susceptible to the, you know, like, it's funny because I have a claim on one Randall Cobb. I hope I get him tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because he clears, because someone picked him up and dropped him.
Oh, no, you're not going to get him.
That's cool, because if you claim them, word. Because then I kind of like, I'm going to be dropping Lazard for him. So it's like, you know, I kind of like Lazard's little stretch coming up after this Sunday.
You know How Lazard?
I'm kind of on Lazard, bro. Like, this is one of those things. During this, once we get to this time of year, I call these guys left and right. It's just getting to pull a trigger is something I haven't got. You know what I mean? Like, look I'm trying to chase the Randall Cobb when I already had him in my possession and released his ass. Thinking, like, but then then I started reading into this game more. Like the likes of a Golden Tate tore them up. You know what I mean? Golden Tate's one of the only receiving touchdowns that the Patriots have led up this year, and he's the predominantly slot guy, and it was Daniel Jones throwing him the ball. You know what I mean? So now you got and they didn't even have Saquon Barkley that game. Yep. So now you got a guy like Zeke. You know what I'm saying? And they already they played the most man coverage in the game right now, the Patriots. So you're gonna have Gallup, you know what I'm saying, on one side, and you're gonna have Coop on the other side, and like. You know what I mean? You're gonna have you're gonna have to watch Jason Witten too. So they're gonna have they're gonna put a linebacker or a safety on him. You know what I mean? They're gonna have because they play a lot of man coverage, like I said, the most. So you know what I'm saying? Like the one guy that perhaps could be running free out of one of those slots could be not running free, but running open over the middle. Could be Randall Cobb.
One Randall Cobb. Okay. Yeah. As for the Patriots side of the ball, if Tom Brady's a little banged up, either way plays. I'm kind of fading all these New England guys right now. Me. I mean, Sony Michel or James White. I mean, like, I wouldn't start Tom Brady if you got a better option. Most likely you do. But, I mean, I'm kind of off New England in this spot. I don't think they're going to score a lot of points. The offense is kind of sputtering right now.
So you think that the defense will have they'll have their hands full trying to clamp that high-powered offense down, right? And it's crazy to even say that out loud because you never really visualize over the years the Cowboys being a high.
When you get the quarterback, that's it.
Yeah, right? And then here's another important piece that's coming back potentially this week. It's Collins on that line. You know, he solidifies that line. Anytime one of those guys is missing, especially Collins or like Tyron Smith, you know what I'm saying? Anytime one of those guys is gone, it's significant. And so in this case, because they do have a legitimate pass rush from New England, and this is still one of the best lines in the game, offensive lines in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? This is gonna be a great fucking game in my opinion. And
should be.
Yeah, if Brady's there. Because if Brady's not there, it's some kind of game plan where it's some kind of amazing coaching game plan.
It's going to have to be.
Yeah, and it's the team that can come up with one.
True.
Like we've seen them have to deal with Jimmy G, and then when they were tearing good defenses up. Remember that year? It was like Cardinals to open up the year. Then it was like Buffalo, and then it was like Carolina or whatever it was. And then it was like, but not in that order. But I remember the third week that they had started Jimmy G on a 4-week suspension.
You're talking about when he was on New England?
Yeah, when he
got hurt. That was when
he got hurt in the third game, and then they ran with Jacoby Brissett on a Thursday nighter, which would have been the fourth game, the last suspension game, and it was a Thursday night, a short week. Which was kind of cool because now they had this fresh quarterback come in, and it was against the Texans. Romeo Crennel led defense, and with Merciless and all them in full force at the time. You know, they still had Jadeveon Clowney and they had J.J. Watt, and they had a full force run game, barely passed the ball. And then Jacoby Brissett was not only the first black quarterback to ever start a game for the Patriots, he's also the first black quarterback to ever get a rushing touchdown. And you know what I'm saying? So he kind of led up.
He's just the first black quarterback to do anything in New England.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he's setting records. I'm just saying, like, this is the type of coaching staff.
So they had Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy G, two starting quarterbacks right now in the NFL.
Yeah.
The guy they have now. That's who I don't even remember his name.
I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Right.
Same way I never knew who Jimmy G or Jacoby Brissett was. You know, you want to know why?
But that's where we're.
Did you see what they said about Jacoby Brissett last night on the Thursday nighter?
No.
They were saying that one of his mentors is Bill Parcells, and that he
Bill Parcells.
Parcells. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bill Parcells, and because he still goes out and scouts guys, and like years and years and years ago, I'm talking about when Jacoby Brissett was in high school, you know, he scouted him and he reached out to the kid and he's been mentoring him. So it's no coincidence that Bill Belichick is like, all right, I'll pick this guy up.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
He mentored Bill Belichick too.
Yeah.
All right. So all that being said, who are you taking in this game? Let's just say the number is 5. New England's favorite.
I'll take the Cowboys to cover that number if it's 5. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's say it was a pick'em.
If it's a pick'em, it's the same thing. Still take the Cowboys.
Okay, so we like the Cowboys to win outright. Period.
Not necessarily outright, but if the number is 5 or if the number is even just 3, I still think that they don't. I think it's a really extremely close game, and like because New England,
the Cowboys beat them.
New England's kicker is bad too. And May here is a good kicker. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying because if they're going to have to depend on all other facets if there's no Tom Brady. If they can't get in, I don't think they'll have a problem getting in the field goal range because I think that'll help. I think them game planning for Tom Brady, it's going to hurt them more if they have to game plan for a guy they have no fucking film on. I think that'll hurt because I don't put Jason Garrett.
I just don't think though if they have the Patriots backup guys in there, they're going to have the full offense. Like it's going to.
Mohamed Sanu is.
Oh yeah, he's banged up.
Yeah,
the whole Patriot team is banged up.
Yeah,
even Edelman's banged up too. So
yep.
I think we're both.
They're getting Isaiah Wynn back on that line, or actually he's activated off IR. I don't know if he'll be active for this game, but they need everyone, dude. They need all the help they can get.
They sure do. All right, so that wraps up the 1:00 slate. Now Sunday night, you got plans Sunday night? Where you gonna be Sunday night?
I sold the tickets.
Oh.
Because I got 3x value.
3x.
Yeah.
We're all about.
Oh yeah.
Triple X value.
And then I immediately try to go get some cheap tickets, but there's no such thing.
None. This is the game the biggest game in Levi since last game in Levi.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh no, since the Seattle game, so like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. I mean, like, do you think Jimmy G can throw for over 300 when it's not against the Cardinals?
Well, let's just break down a couple of things.
Or the Bengals.
George Kittle.
Okay.
Looks like he's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Breida doubtful. Deebo Samuel, he is good to go. Who's the other guy? Manny Sanders. I think he's good to go. He's questionable still, so they didn't remove that. On the
bang bang.
I think that's the majority of them for Niners. So I mean,
and then everybody, it's a full complement of health on the Green Bay Packers side, right?
Right. So I don't know. Yeah, everyone's fine. Devontae Adams good.
This is the game of epic proportion. This is the game that it's an 8-2 team going up against a 9-1 team. We're trying to get to double-digit wins where we're comfortable. That's a base floor we need. We need a floor of 10 wins. We need this win.
Yeah, they'll get it. I mean, this win in the Saints game.
Epic proportion.
This game in the Saints game.
That one's epic proportion.
They're going to be big in determining.
Hopefully the Saints. Hey, there's a world. Maybe the Saints start to get beat up this next couple times. Maybe not this week. I don't see an upset there. I'm just saying, we need a lot of things to start happening in our favor. It's not, they say it's in our own, our hands are in our destinies in our own hands. Still is technically record wise, but we need some help because we're not looking really that great. We've been winning ugly with handsome Jimmy all year. You know what I'm saying? But
sweet Jimmy.
Yeah, but just what I'm saying, we need. And remember, I even said if George Kittle is hurt, you know what I mean, but he's any kind of better. He's getting up for this game.
So if he's playing, are you worried about him at all? Are you rolling him out with confidence?
If he's good to go, I'm playing him. That's without a shadow of doubt. And then I have, in the one spot I do have him, I have Dwelly. I'm full confident rolling out Dwelly if he can't go.
What if you had someone say a Cameron Bray or a Goddard on the grab and you're sitting on Kittle, and he plays. But obviously he's gonna be limping. He's gonna be beat up.
It's the 5th worst defense against the tight end, Green Bay Packers. I'm rolling them out just based on that.
Okay. I like that. All right. Yeah, you're probably.
It might be skewed because I don't think there's been any notable named tight ends that have played against them, but I'll still take that.
Okay. The number is they're 3-point favorites. The Niners being 48 is the number. What's your vibe on the?
Is that how they set the line all weekend, or has it been line movement going down?
I haven't checked.
Me neither.
I just looked before we went on, and
okay,
yeah, 3 is the number.
Okay,
standard line.
If Kittle goes and Sanders goes, I really love us in this spot. But fantasy wise, you know what I'm saying? Sanders, if you have maybe you don't have Sanders, you need him and you're waiting on him, and then you don't want to wait till a Sunday night and not be prepared. So
that is true.
The likes of a Lazard or maybe even a Kendrick Lamar Bourne identity, which aka Kendrick Bourne, because you remember weeks ago when Sanders first got hurt, I said the benefactor obviously is Deebo because we've seen it, but I'm like the sneaky guy is gonna be Kendrick Lamar, and 3 weeks straight you got a touchdown.
Yeah, you ain't mad at that.
So maybe if you can't, because
if you got a Sanders or a Kittle, go grab one of those, a Dwelly and even
yeah.
Just in case, because it's a Sunday night game.
If you have nothing that you can fall back
to,
on
which would have to be
game.
in the Monday night game.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a fallback option, go grab one because those other guys are out there. Man, fuck that. We're rolling with the Niners, bro.
I'm taking the Niners. I just said it. If Kittle,
I know you are, but
if Kittle and Sanders are a go, what's crazy is because if you want to boil, this is 2 good teams. You know what I'm saying? We have a better defense because of what we've done so far.
This game does kind of have a of course vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like Green Bay, of course, Jamal Adams is gonna have a big game, or not Jamal Williams,
Aaron Jones, and
some some of course shit. They're not gonna murder us. But just some of course shit is gonna happen. I heard a stat today that I liked that said that Green Bay gives up the most 20-yard plays and 40-yard plays in the league. So they're pretty solid, and then they give up big.
Because I know the Raiders are still up there with 20-yard passing plays, but then in the past couple of weeks they haven't really gave up any big plays. Right. So, and they gave up a ton of those to Green Bay did to the Panthers even. So that could have brought them down to that. You know what I mean? You know what's
it was
crazy?
Something like they gave up 40-something 20-yard plays this year.
Okay. You know what's crazy, bro? I love that you brought that up because the other night on the show I said a crazy tournament play, and it might sound ugly, but Marquise Goodwin, he still plays a significant amount of snaps.
He'll get a couple targets down.
And
he's just got to catch one.
Along with that stat, and him being the speedster that he is, and him announcing God bless this man and his wife. Him announcing that they have a son on the way, and that they were 24 weeks. So that's roughly about 6 months. I think if my math's correct, 60 or no, what is it? 24 divided by 4 is 6. Yeah, so it's 6 months. And because he's been in a funk the past couple of seasons because they lost a child. You know what I'm saying? And that's why every so often, every other week, you would see him having some. He would have to deal with personal issues. So in this case too, this year it happened a couple times where he would be a healthy scratch, but because he was gone all week because he's handling stuff with his pregnant girl. And it's not anything they have to put out there. So now this is all hindsight. But if you want to talk about the last time we played Green Bay was on a Monday nighter with CJ Beathard, and Marquise Goodwin had 2 big 40-yard house calls.
Okay, I like that call.
And it was on Jay.
He's due.
Yeah, it was on one was on Alexander, and if I believe correctly, the other one was on King. So he was just going back to double Dutch action.
Hell yeah! All right, let's go.
What I mean?
Bang bang Niner game.
Bang bang Niner game.
Right.
On the other side, obviously rolling out Devontae Adams. Obviously rolling out both running backs. They're flexes. I mean, not flexes. Jamal Williams is a flex.
Right.
Aaron Jones is a must play. Jimmy Graham, in the streaming week, I seen Jimmy Graham be picked up in a lot of places this week because people were just dropping him because he's not respectable like that to hold on. And also we haven't really seen it, but it's a play you just feel comfortable because it's a name brand, and we the likes of a Jacob Hollister has got in our ass recently. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jacob Hollister's a tight end. And, in the secondary options, I like Lazard as a spectacle grab. I don't like him as a play in this week. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of don't even like, it's also if I did rankings of my own this week, I would have put Adams in the late teens.
You would have gave him a spanking?
Yeah, I would have given him a spanking with the ranking.
Wow.
Because I think this is going to it'll just be a game geared towards using the running backs and throwing at the running backs.
Yeah,
because
I can see that.
That's our weak spot on that defense.
I could see that. All right, so good. Hopefully it's not part of the Of Course series. We're both wrong. But all right, so we move on.
No, but that's great to say it out loud because, it's part of the reverse jinx process too. Let's just say it out loud that this could be a game. You know what I'm saying? Because then just reverse jinx it. Yep. Make it not a game.
D Ford's out.
That's gonna be
a big one.
Yeah,
it's a big one. Nick Bosa's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot. So
it's gonna be up to guys like Armstead and D-Buck and all those guys to get home.
I think they step up though.
They can. Aaron Rodgers ain't it. Exactly. So, all right, Monday night, our boy Louisville Lamar going to the Rams. They're going to take on the...
I got a Jamaican horns.
Jared Goff.
Louisville Lamar.
Yeah, we coined him that early. He's the MVP runner right now. 3.5-point favorites, man. I'm hammering Baltimore at that number. Hammer. I don't think the Rams have an answer. And it's prime time. So what do you do?
I'm on the side with you, right? But I had to come around to this notion. Because all week, I was like, this is so setting up for Vegas to make it because they think the Rams can cover whatever number they put. Brandon Cooks coming back is definitely going to help. I mean, this is one of those teams where I think they were planning for this game way longer before they was planning for a Chicago Bears game or you know what I mean? I feel like their poor play against teams like the Steelers led by Mason Rudolph had them sleeping on motherfuckers like them. They're not sleeping on this team. But I came to my senses and I was like, Jared Goff's been so trash. The line's looking trash. That Marcus Peters trade really brought them around, bro, because
gave him life.
Remember? Do you remember at one point? I think it was week 4. I hit you with a stat. I was like, there's 2 teams right now. There was 3 teams in the league by the time we got to week 4 or 5ish that gave up 1,000 yards passing, and it was the Eagles, which made sense, the Redskins, which made sense, and then it was the Baltimore Ravens. So they addressed that real quick. They were like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
And then you got Jimmy Smith coming back from injury, so now it's you have a plethora of good cornerbacks.
Yeah, and a good second safeties too.
Because they can make Jimmy Smith play nickel because their nickel corner got converted to safety. What's his name? That guy that everyone was been picking on, including myself, Brandon Carr.
Oh, he's playing safety now.
He's playing safety now.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wised up, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Gerald Everett game? Anyone?
I'll fuck with some Gerald Everett.
I'm just saying because of that.
So yeah, Brandon Cooks is back though. That's a big thing for the Rams.
Yeah, they need that. He'll take away aggressive ass Marcus Peters, And then Cook will probably be shadowed by Marlon Humphreys. And then, it could leave free for actually, I can't say anyone's free over the middle of the field because god damn, they have a legit pass rush. They gang rush. The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh yeah, they come hard. Robert Woods back at practice.
Yeah, but I don't think he plays.Maybe I don't think it's still 100% that he plays or not.
But why wouldn't he? He left for a personal issue.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's like if you come back on a Friday, the game plan's already written.
It was yesterday he came back.
Oh, okay.
21st. So today.
Did he practice?
He practiced, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then he's in a game plan.
He's gonna play.
Yeah,
so
he's in a game plan.
You can cut ties with your Josh
back
Reynolds and your Gerald
and
Everett.
he's hurt anyway. I still think Gerald Everett's a thing.
He's a thing, but he's more of a thing when they are down.
Right. You're right because when they run 3 wide receivers, they run more 3 wide receiver sets than anything. They used to run in the highest in the league all last year. This year they've been kind of low because of the absence of Brandon Cooks for weeks. So they've been running like.
It was nice to see them run.
What is it called? 11 personnel.
11. 1 running back and 1 tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
You love 12 personnel.
I mean, I'm a fan of it because most good teams that run the ball, they're gonna have 12 personnel in their goal line packages, and like that's what you want for your tight end. You want your tight end just always on the field, and if you have one of those premier guys that blocks and catches, you love that. Like Ryan Griffins of the world on a streaming week. You know what I mean? Or like the likes of the big dogs like Kelsey and company, with Kittle and all them. They all block and thing. They never leave the field. That's what you want. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. And when Gerald Everett, they don't run that much 12 personnel. So
all right. So come full circle on it. Who's your pick?
I like the Ravens. I said it right after you.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wanted the whole spiel how I had.
Yeah,
to
no, we needed to hear it. We needed to hear it.
Yeah.
Baltimore side. I mean, do you think they get slowed down at all? No one's hurt, right?
Wade Phillips, I'm trying to remember if Wade Phillips has ever played any kind of mobile guys like that. Like, any of his defenses.
Wade Phillips was around when Mike Vick was around.
Yeah, okay.
I saw a thing today. It said
Cowboys.
Jalen Ramsey called Mike Vick asking for advice on how to deal with Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, hey, you know what? That's why Jalen Ramsey's one of the best.
I guess.
I'm like 5 minutes out for the podcast to be done.
Oh.
Yes. Say hi, love. You're on air.
Shout out the wives of the playmakers.
And that was the hang up.
Yeah. Oh, she's like, I ain't shouting no one out this
fuck
motherfucker.
that.
Get your ass up
She's
here.
on the phone even. She's like, I don't have my face on. You're on the phone, man. Say hello to the playmakers.
We are not live tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. You're right. We're both on Baltimore there.
Okay, but we're on the Baltimore side. Obviously, firing up your Mark Andrews, the medical assistant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because he's always assisting the surgeon, Louisville Lamar. You know what I'm saying? You firing up the running backs. I mean, I'm playing against a crazy asshole this week that has Gus Edwards against me.
He's going to play him.
Yeah, well, because he dropped Brian Hill, and like I put a claim on him, so. You know what I mean? This guy's no way he's going to get him. He has to clear. And even though this guy's above me on the waivers, just throwing that out there for not like someone like you across from me should go claim him. I'm just saying that because I'd rather have someone like.
So who would you rather me have? Brian Hill?
I'm just saying it doesn't matter. I have my plan set. I have my plan set. I'm just saying I don't I'm just making things noticeable because I know you've already noticed these things anyway. So maybe I don't want to sound as desperate, but I'm like I do know my opponent. It's a long shot for him to reacquire Brian Hill is what I'm saying because he's the Devontae Freeman owner, and I think he read like the trending Devontae Freeman coming back in the middle of the week, and he went and cut Brian Hill, and then now it's like if the script is flipped and Freeman looks like he's not going to play.
No, he's out. Freeman is out.
Wow,
that's already done deal.
Wow, who's his other fucking running back? Probably gonna pick up Frank Gore or some shit.
As part of the of course.
Well, because I know, and of course Frank Gore. I mean, let's go. Look, I don't think the Stallion. He only allows Frank Gore to steal goal line touches. Yeah, I like you, Frank. I grew up watching you. Just for calling your number on this one. Singletary, he probably hits him off like, look, he starts last year. Josh Allen was a rookie. Now this year he gets to talk to the rookies like shit. Look at Singletary.
No,
I'm calling my number.
The Stallion.
The Stallion. The white Cam Newton.
Oh, I don't know if that's good. That's a good reference.
Marquise Brown, Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I mean, like, he's just, I'm asking for a friend. I mean, there's no way I'm not rolling him out because he's kind of part of the equation, unless I can get one of the other motherfuckers like a Cobb or something. Because there's no way I'm playing a Lazard, you know what I mean? But I'm looking for a third. And I don't feel like, even though I'm coming off a big Thursday night outing from my boy Nuke Skywalker, I still don't feel like I'm comfortable. I got to make sure my shit is steady. It's not like you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No,
yeah, like, we're never comfortable.
You can't be.
I'm a victim of the of course series, so you know what I mean. Anything and everything can happen to me, and I'll be like, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy I said this on the last show, but he got Marvin Jones, who's been killing it. He got Allen Robinson in a smash spot, and who's also a target monster. You know what I mean? And then he has Gus Edwards, who I'm afraid of because he's just like, he just screams, of course. Like, of course this guy might have a big game on some fluke shit, because you know what, too, is my disdain for Mark Ingram, it's almost like anywhere he goes, they feel my disdain, where they're like, you know what, Gus Edwards, get in there.
Get in there, Gus.
You know what I mean? Because even like, he had the 2 receiving touchdowns, Mark Ingram.
So it's not just Sean Payton, it's you too.
No, it's always been me. I got Sean Payton's number.
You made the call.
I'm making the call.
No wonder.
I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, okay, you know what's funny? Before I started making calls to him, I started making calls to him when I seen them sign Adrian Peterson. Remember that? Oh. And I was like, oh, he really hates him.
He sure does.
You know what I'm saying? And then they went, and then not only that, they go and they draft Alvin Kamara after, and I was like, oh yeah, stick it to him.
Yeah, they were done.
They were like, he's the fuck out of here. And then he got on the PEDs last year, and they were like, because you know why? Mark Ingram was like, well, maybe if I get bigger and stronger. And then and he got cut, and then Sean Payton was like, see, this is that fuck shit I was talking about.
There it is. Well, all right. Well, you know what, Playmakers? It's time that we get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's that time of the show.
It's that time of the show.
It's Friday night. There's shit going down. We're going to give you all the information we're going to give you. Okay?
It's the 2-minute drill, guys. Damn it.
You know what I mean? Hit us on the IG. You got questions. You need help. Hit the man Bogart's personal line if you know him.
DM us. You know what I'm saying? We answer all questions. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate the love. We love y'all back, Playmakers. You know, I don't even never wish no one in my leagues good luck, but I'm going to wish all y'all Playmakers good luck. You know what I'm saying? Jamaican Horns, they you know what I'm saying? They want to shout out to y'all. They're gonna be in the reggae dance hall with their dance shoes on. Follow us at the GMM Network. Follow me at Bogart Scott Free, and follow my esteemed colleague, the Goo, at the Guru 408. Shout out to our sponsor, Milk and Honey. Oh,
give me money. We're the fuck out of here.
Jamaican Horns.
7-4, bro. In 7 leagues or more.
Hey,
I just gotta holler.
Stun at him. This is that stunt. This
you
is
already
that
know.
Stunt minute.
Yeah, you already know. See, I'm in the process of about 7 first-round buys right now. Okay, I gotta let y'all know. In the TFL, you know, I know the TFL. They're loyal listeners to the show. They're like, "Gooey, this nigga ain't shit over here sitting at 4-7. You ain't shit. Just see me somewhere. Just check my resume or something. Okay, I swear.
He wants to say that his record in the TFL does not reflect him as a fantasy manager.
It doesn't. You guys are
but
laughing at me.
It does reflect his arrogance in a super flex league, thinking he can go with Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson early and be able to make up all the pieces around it.
Yeah, you know what? We live, we learn. There's always 2020. I'll be back. And hindsight will be 2020 next year.
You got 7 shots at that first round bye to close this year up real nice and tight.
I know. I'll be fine.